G'day guys, it's Trav here from Neighbourhood. Are you wanting to save yourself the admin time of recreating the same content for emails over and over again? Well, creating an email template might help you in this instance. We're going to show you how to access sales templates, edit them, and send them to your contacts and prospects. Just as a heads up, this applies to all hubs to use this feature. And if you're keen on more practical support inside HubSpot, Neighbourhood does offer a comprehensive, easy to follow course so that you're making the most out of your HubSpot investment. Stay tuned for more info at the end of this video. And if you want to take your learning offline though, we'll include a downloadable PDF in the description below. So let's get started. Into creating sales templates. Now, if you're anyone like me, you are having to send the same conversations over and over again. Sometimes it's a bit different, but by and large, a lot of the copy is pretty much the same. Now, I used to spend a lot of time typing the same thing over again, spelling mistakes and whatnot, and not entering the right information every single time. This is where sales templates will help out in a very, 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 very big way, because you're able to get all of that information, personalize it and contextualize it to the information that you've got in your CRM. So how do we do it? Well, let's just jump in here. What you want to do is you want to click on, you think it's in sales, but it's really not on sales at all. If you go over to conversations and then go down to templates, that's where the templates live. Now, you can also use templates for sequencing as well. So sequencing is just using a bunch of templates and then sending it out over a period of time. This is where our templates are going to live. Now, HubSpot does offer you a few from the template library, which is really, really good. This is fairly new, probably not new, 6 to 12 months old. But if you are sharing helpful resources, you've got an inbound lead, you're following up a bunch of stuff, there's a lot of instances here that you could use to go ahead and best utilize the templates that we've got. If we look at one of these here, so we want to continue the conversation and open the dialogue, we're going to click on this one here and then save my selection. And then we're going to click on it to open it up and see what it looks like. So this is how it works. At the very top here, we've got the name. This is how you name the template, and we've got the owner here as well. The subject line is fixing problems and moving forwards. You might want to add personalization tokens to that as well. You can just use the personalization token there, and you can use maybe first name or something like that and click on that there. You'll see it pops up there. In this instance, I'll just delete it. Shared with everyone. So you might have a sales team. You might have a sales team that uses it. Make sure if it's for everybody, or you might want to share with specific users and teams. And I'm a big believer of using folders too. So make sure that you create a folder so that you can start organizing a lot of these templates. It's going to help out if you're using this after 2 years, you've got a whole bunch of templates laying around like I do. This will keep them far more organized. A few things to note in here as well. First of all, the signature. So if you're working inside HubSpot, you want to make sure that you edit that signature so that it mimics the same one in your email client. For example, if you're using Outlook or Gmail, just try and replicate that. Click on it. It does support HTML as well. We've replicated the same as our Gmail as well as in here as well. So it doesn't, if we send it from Gmail or we send it from HubSpot, it doesn't really matter and they won't notice as well. That's the first thing. Second is to understand the insert and the personalization. The personalization is going to give us personalized data pulled from the CRM inside, but the insert will give us some more data here. So what we can see is we can insert a snippet of information, attach a document, do a meeting link, or attach a video. The one thing I'd like to call out here, snippets, documents, and videos are all pretty much self-explanatory. The one thing with the meeting link I'd like to pull out here is that sometimes you're creating templates for people other than you, or you might have a sales team that has like a generic meeting link that you want them to use. Now it's hard because if I'm setting this up, say for example, on behalf of somebody else, I can sit there and I could go, this is my meeting link, but if I'm setting up on someone else, I don't know their meeting links. If you click on sender's meeting link, it will always use the default meeting link inside there. And you can check that out when you go into the cog and under objects and sales and have a look in there as well. So that's how you basically set it up for other team members. If you're setting up for yourself, and it's going to be what you want to do yourself, you can click here and you can go ahead and collect the type of meeting link that you want to do. Again, you can manage the meeting links and things like that in there. That's one thing that I'll probably will call out. It doesn't necessarily show, I know that I ran into a few issues of trying to understand it a few years back, but this will give you the opportunity to not only do it for you, or just do it generally for the sender if you've got more than one person on your team, which is really good. Once you're ready to rock and roll, you're happy with the content, you can go through and you can update the existing or save the new one that you've got there as well. The process is exactly the same if you're starting from scratch. I would try and tend to lean on some of the templates and then just jazz it up and give it your own look and feel and your own sort of like, I guess, brand. If you are setting it up from scratch, the same process does apply. We go through there, we can name it here, the subject line's there, and we can go through and enter that information with personalization tokens and also inserting specific meeting links. One other thing I will show you while we are in here as well, if I open up here, is that under the personalization tokens area as well, if we click on personalize, now we can click down on contact, and then we've got specific other information we've got here. So we've got sender. So say that we want to use the sender's information. So if I'm setting this up, say for Tyler internally, we want to make sure that it says Tyler's first name instead of me. Instead of saying thank you, email, phone number. So this will pull the information that's saved inside the profile inside HubSpot as well. We've also got any deal specific information as well, or we've got ticket information, or we've got company information as well. In this area here, we've also got placeholder tokens as well. So if there's specific information or dynamic information that's not in the CRM that needs to be placed in there, this is where you can basically have that area, and then the person using the template will just need to fill in that information with the placeholder. Once you're good to go, you can click over through. Now, this is using it inside HubSpot. If you are using the Gmail or the Outlook plugin, you can use the same process in regards to using the templates. It looks pretty much the same if we go through. Say, for example, we're on Dom's profile here. We click on the email button. If we go up to here, now because it's got Dom up here, let me give this one legal time basis. I'll just enter some information here. I'll go up to templates, and what I'll do is I will use the one that I just created 2 minutes ago. It should fill out the information for what it knows of Dom inside, and it's also putting my meeting link in there as well. So it's pulling that information there. Now, it's got my information here. Now, this is all powered by HubSpot. For your emails from me is all editable if you click on it. I haven't got my email signature in there, so it's not showing up. So there is a limit of 5,000 templates that you can use. That is on the enterprise version as well. So just make sure that you check on the top right-hand side here how many you're able to use, but make sure that you set up the folders as well, because I think it's the best way to help manage these templates. Whether it's used in service, marketing, or sales, it's very helpful for getting that information out very, very quickly. And there you have it. You now know how to create and send sales templates. If you're wanting to make the most out of HubSpot, Neighbourhood offers a step-by-step course covering marketing, sales, service, and CMS Hub in depth, ensuring you and your team are best serving your customers while developing efficient internal processes. We'll include a link for this below. As well, if you're after a PDF version of this for later on, or you're passing it to a mate Indeed, we'll include a link in the description as well. And if you've gained value from this video, or you're keen to learn more about HubSpot, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But that's it from me, and happy HubSpotting.